Hello, hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I paint lots of flowers. I have a son, Owen, who is 11, and he helps me paint the backgrounds of our paintings with a hand-over-hand method, and then I paint the rest. And I always say that I like to watch paint dry, and this background with these colors, this is kind of one of those things that I like to say. We'll see how this should probably fade a lot into the background. So I like how that happens sometimes. Sometimes it's too much and it goes like away, far away. And then sometimes it's just enough. So we'll see. But I love watching paint dry. Literally, figuratively, whatever you want to say. I love watching paint dry. So I'm trying not to make myself paint the same flower every time because I generally tend to get stuck. So here I am trying to kind of not get stuck when I'm doing this. But I have to add that's kind of hard because I do like the flowers to be stuck. I like the same flowers. I like them. I can't help it. I like them. But we're gonna just keep going with what we're doing here. And I never really know, well, I shouldn't say that. Occasionally I have a plan, but it's less planny and more sporadic-y. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So we are painting. I got stuff in my paint here. See if I can get it out. We're painting just kind of little flowers. And then we'll move on to maybe some bigger flowers. I don't know. But we're just gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going, and these will like kind of be covered up, I'm sure. And so we just kind of work them in eventually. But I never know what's gonna really happen. By the time we finish this painting, it will probably have numerous phases where things are hidden or adjusted, changed, whatever you want to say. We're just gonna keep going till we get there. So Owen loves the water, pools and tubs, and he's starting to like the rain. He does not like to wash his hands, but he likes pools and tubs. So we now have been going to a local pool, indoor pool, and he randomly will ask to go. And we went today after he got off of school, and he was so excited, and he wants to go. He watches YouTube videos constantly about, well, a lot of times about jumping off of diving boards. And so he is excited because this particular pool has a diving board. But I will not let him dive off the diving board until, or even jump, because he cannot breathe underwater and he cannot swim. He can kind of kick, and he's starting to get it, but he doesn't really understand swimming completely. And, he could probably handle it because he's starting to be able to go under the water. But, that's my little boy, and I don't want him. He doesn't, he has no fear, but yet, like, jumping, I can't talk, jumping just off the edge into the water. We use the stairs, and he just jumps, and that took him a long time to just even get that far. And it won't be long. He'll be doing it soon, but I just don't want him to get in a position where he truly doesn't understand what that means. So he continuously asks for the pool and this diving board. Well, he's going to get it. I mean, he's going to completely get the diving board thing, and he's going to be able to dive, jump. He's just not quite there yet. So hopefully it won't be too much longer, and we can kind of get that going for him. But he had a blast, and he listened mostly pretty well, which that doesn't always happen, so I was thankful for that. See, like I said, half of it was covered up, but that's okay. And we just had a good time, and we might go again Friday. We'll see. He has been wanting to go, but on Fridays a lot too. But we have several other appointments this week and several other things that we have to do. So making no promises to him, to me, to us until the week goes further along. So we shall see. But he is having fun. He is having lots of fun doing it. And he's come so far in a short amount of time. I was afraid early on to try to take him to the pool too much because he wouldn't listen. He didn't want to wait, or he didn't want to not do something. And so now, even though he wants to jump in the pool, he's at least listening and not doing it. So as hard as it is to keep him from not doing it or doing it, he's at least now at an age where he is, I don't want to say he's always listening, because that he doesn't have the comprehension skills to always listen. He's not completely there skill and level wise to get it where he is always going to, because he has meltdowns, and he wants, when we want what we want, we want what we want, and you can't change that. So I get it, but it's still kind of hard when he does the things he does, because I don't want him to not be able to have fun at the pool or go do something, but I have to kind of be careful with that. So we're just plugging along here. I am not sure. Like I said, I don't know how any of this is gonna turn out. I always like using the same paintbrush for the flowers, all the flowers. I shouldn't say I always do it, but I do it most of the time. because like in there you can see there's a little bit of the orangey reds and things, and I just like that because it kind of just adds to what a flower, you know, is growing with and doing and everything. So it makes me happy when I have like these little extra colors in the flowers. That's what I like to see. It's just kind of the whimsy and and I never know what any flower like really looks like. I always joke because like I always call my favorite flowers the grocery store flowers because I can never say it correctly, and someone on the video once told me to go to the translations, and Owen translates things all the time, but I never thought to do it with that. And even though I have done the translation, I still have the hard time with it. It's the amaryllis. There's little flowers. They kind of look like that. I think they're like a relation or part of like the pervert. I can't even say that. Peruvian lilies. I probably said that really wrong. But I love them. Even though I can't say them, I love them. They're just the simplest little flowers, and I just absolutely adore their sweet little faces. I don't know if anybody else thinks flowers have faces, but I do. So, we got some whimsy going on here, folks. You know what? I'm not going to fill this in too thickly. That sounds weird. I'm going to just kind of add a few more, like, stalks and stems and really not give it, like, a full effect. Just kind of the whimsiness of it. I was going to keep adding, but I'm just going to put a few more random little things and see how that goes. Because sometimes you just want, like, you know, you just need, it's just like what it should be, like fun, kind of casual. See, we got to make sure, like, this one's random. It's just kind of hanging out there. So that's what I have to kind of look at and make sure that, like what I'm doing now is kind of covering my tracks per se, where I'm saying I'm not going to put everything so full, but I just want to kind of, you know, still get it in there. And then I think I'm going to do one little one over here. Just kind of just a little fluff and, oops, let's get some of that. Sometimes you gotta, well, that did not help, folks. We're just gonna keep there. I wanted just some little spiky doodles. That's the technical term, spiky doodles. So, there. I think I'm just gonna put tiny little kind of thingies over here. And maybe one little array of like same kind of thingy over there, and then just so it's ever so slightly hidden in there. So I always sign O for Owen. and then L, and B. So, thanks for watching and being a part of our journey. Toodles!